Hi, my name is Dmitri Tito, and I am a senior in bioengineering at the University of Maryland, College Park.
Dmitri, I'm working this project for my African Studies 100, and the project that I'm working is double consciousness and the Black experience in United States of America. So my first question would be, how do you identify yourself? Is that African, African American, or American?
Oh, I identify myself as an African um, because I was born in Cameroon, in Africa, Central Africa, and also because I think saying African American is the same thing as saying African, because again, African Americans are all from the motherland.
But you have been here more than 10 years. You went high school in USA, and you know the language very well. And I wonder why don't you recognize yourself as an American?
Well, again, going back to the definition and the creation of the term African American, it was made up for people that were brought from Africa and that happened to be moved to the Americas. So I think saying African American is not really valid per se. I think everyone that has black skin or darker skin or that have some origin from the motherland should be called African. But saying African American for me doesn't really matter. It's the same as African.
Great. So the term African American represents like technically a double consciousness. That means a feeling of two-ness, just an African and an American. So could you just recognize yourself completely an African, like with no connection with the American?
Well, what you mean by connection? For me, connection probably means relationship with African Americans from here. So, I mean, there is a connection, of course. There's always a connection when you move to a place that is not your land, when you're new to a continent or new to a country. So I think I do have connections with African Americans, but again, I will not call myself African American because of just that connection.
Great. This question will go particularly to you, as you recognize yourself as African. What does it mean to be black in America and to be black in Africa, based on your experience?
From my experience, again, I moved here when I was 15. Being black in Africa, it's not really seen as a division, or it's not really seen as a separation between different races. Back home, everyone is black, and and you live in a place where your family, your friends, your relatives, all have the same same skin color, and from the same place, they speak the same language most of the time. If you're lucky enough, you might find 1% of white or other races in the entire country. So again, you have like all that connection and that familiarity and relationship between each other, that harmony. So compared to here, where being black is seen as a division, or as a not equal, or some kind of negative negative beings that just do different actions as seen in the media. So again, it's not to put things negative here, but you just don't feel that harmony, that love as being back home.
Great. So my next question will be, you recognize yourself as African. And for you to have this African identity, what would be the most responsible factor just to have that peculiar identity? Is that the the media, family, or your life experience?
To designate myself as African, it's just mostly of what I've learned from family experience when I was younger. You see your mom, your dad telling you, that you from here, you from this village. Your ancestors were born here in this place. Again, you have like all that, that that history and grandparents' origin, from the same place and from your village, and saying that you're not African or saying that you're African American. It's like you are walking away from all those, all that culture that you learn. And I think I would just, it's something that I've learned, it's something that I was raised, the culture, recognizing myself as African, and I just developed that mentality, and I hold on to it.
Thank you. I think I would ask you one question. Like, could you explain, like, for you to be a black man,
Well,
not a white man, or not to be Asian, like, what differentiates you from like other races living in USA, regardless whether you recognize yourself as American or African American, like it doesn't matter the term. Like for you, like what would like how do you describe the race?
oh, being a black man is not something to be ashamed of. If you're a normal person, you've seen people in the past that that don't like to be called black. You've seen that on media. You've seen that everywhere. I mean, I'm happy to be black. If you ask anyone from again from Asia, if you ask an Asian, are you happy to be Asian? You're most likely gonna hear, yes, I'm happy to be Asian. If you ask a white man or white woman, any other individuals from a different race, if you ask them, are you happy to be from your race? They're probably gonna tell you that they're happy. Again, except the 1% of individuals that are not. So being black is something special, as you can say. Looking at all the origin of human beings is traced back from Africa, and also like all the motherland culture, and the different lifestyles and customs, were brought from there. Um, you know, and also if doing well at school, having a job, and excelling in your class, getting good grades, getting a degree, you can prove people that seeing a black man as unfortunate is not really the reality.
Thank you, Dmitri. I really appreciate for your time.
All right, no problem. I hope your classes and your semester goes well, and good luck with your studies.
Thank you.